Okay, it's afternoon, still no rain. I'm hot, I'm sweaty, but this is an update on the construction that I'm having done. A lot of good notes, but key points. Trust nobody, do your research, is all I can say. So let's get right to the video. Okay, I also just want to make a side note here because you will see me go on a tangent about the insulation that was picked out for these exterior walls. And which was an R11. And if you live in a mild climate, R11 for exterior walls is perfectly fine. Um, for a moderate climate, um, it's better to go with the R13. Anything higher than that, when you're dealing with temperature fluctuations like we do here in the Ozarks, I mean, we have really hot summers and just like when we can have really cold winters. Just like the last couple of years where it has been well below zero. So, and you can use an R11 on an exterior wall for these colder climates or fluctuating temperatures. It will work well if you double it up, but not just as a single because it's very thin, and it's just you're just better off going with a higher R value than that. So I just kind of wanted to clear that up a little bit. Well, good afternoon, everyone. This is Danny, and I'm going to go through a little bit of construction do's and don'ts. One, never trust anyone. You better do your research, and you better follow up with what the person is doing when you're hiring people to do a job. Now, I have had this building under construction, as you can see. I am still left here. We were working with this side building. They took the roof off, they replaced all the rafters and the roofing here. But as you can see those little sparkle skylights in my roof? That's when they had one of their workers do this job, and instead of using the original holes that they took the nails out of and was replacing with screws and relaying the roof, instead of using the original holes, they decided to move it and make their own new little holes, which left little lines of holes all through the roof, these nice cute little skylights that they filled up with a silicone sealer, which will not last forever. So far, I can't see that anything is leaking, but I haven't completely tested it because it hasn't rained. So that was real interesting. But of course, you can see I'm still left with a building that is not completed. Paid for, but not completed. The roof has been a situation. Still, I did take the hose to this part of the roof. It is still leaking in areas that I have told them that it was leaking, and it is still not corrected. And of course, that job is paid for. We need to fix it. But this is the key. We've ran all this line. We've used this PEX pipe. I've done a lot of research on the PEX pipe. Really good stuff. They're replacing a lot of residential and low commercial buildings with this PEX pipe. And even if the pipe should start to freeze, it will expand a little bit so it doesn't break on you. Another nice deal about it is you can, get it around tight curves and everything without having to have, the joints. And so that's one good thing about it, and it keeps corrosion, so that cuts down on your corrosion so you don't get any contaminants in your water line. However, we had to run a new line from the well house underground into the building to get water into the building because the old pipe apparently was sealed off and that wasn't going to work. So what has happened here, they were out here today. The PEX pipe, if used underground, needs to be at least minimum 18 inches underground, so it is below the frost line. And so I paid the guys today, thought, oh yeah, and I said, did we go 2 feet? And he said 18 inches. I said, are you sure? And he said, oh yeah, I measured it. I measured it with my measuring tape. Let me show you something. If I can get my glasses on. There. Does that look like 18 inches to you? There's my hand. Right there. From the surface. 6 inches. 6 inches. And I tested it there. I tested it there. And I tested it back here over at the well house. 6 inches. I don't know if we're measuring with our penises, but that ain't no 18 inches. So, sorry about the little, I'm getting a little heated. But anyway, we go in here. They had taken it upon themselves to get the insulation for the walls. And unbeknownst to me, and brought back all this insulation. So I've got 4 things of R11 insulation. Well, the thing about R11 insulation, it's good insulation for interior walls. It is not the insulation you would use for exterior walls. And when I say exterior walls, the walls that, you know, of the walls of your home. Exterior walls is more like the walls of your bathroom or bedroom. So, R11 is not for exterior walls. For exterior walls, you need minimum an R13 or higher. Like a R13 up to like a R19 or a 20. And they took it upon themselves to go get this, thinking they were going to put it up on the walls, even though we're not ready for that because the roof still leaks. So that's going to have to go back wherever they got it. And the account is going to have to be credited. So anyway, that's a little bit of do's and don'ts for today, but never take anybody's word for nothing. So when they come back out tomorrow, we are, going to have, I guess, I'm going to be out of here like a bat out of hell. So I better have a really good explanation why I always pay them in full. Some of the jobs haven't even been completed, and the job that was supposed to have been done today with digging out this trench and burying this line, I was lied to. But I'm going to be out here waiting first thing in the morning with a shovel in my hand and say, boys, grab a shovel. See y'all later.